friends, it's me, Sunita. Welcome to Sunita Makes Crochet Items. Today is Saturday, June 21st. I'm here today just to give you a recap / update on Adamas. Where I'm at, basically what happened. So initially I started this shawl when I received arena cake back in, June 9th. I initially started, I was gung-ho, I was ready to go. I had this pattern in one of my folders in my makes pile for the longest. I want to say about at least 2 years, maybe more, who knows. But just the right yarn just didn't speak to me. And initially, this is just me putting pressure on myself to put a deadline on it. Well, the deadline is not going to get met. I already feel like it's not gonna, because it's taking me longer and longer every day. And I notice just by my notes for this particular pattern, some days I can just only get through one row because there's a lot of numbers, there's a lot of counting, then there's a lot of distractions. So basically, let me just get to where I'm at. And again, this is no discouragement on my part for you that do want to work at this, because I know there's some of you guys that are awesome at it. And there's one of my subscribers / members has already completed it. So I'm so proud of you. Not that you need it from me, but kudos to you. And the yarn you use, even better. But let's kind of circle back to me just for a second, because I am basically doing my best. Because I start this shawl and then something else gets my attention and I want to work that up. But I think I gravitate towards that more because I know I can get it done and see results. So that's kind of why some days I didn't touch this at all. So let's circle back to the first day, June 9th and June 10th. I committed 2 full days to this shawl, just to find out that it seemed easy at the time, but you know, it is what it is. I got too confident too fast. I said, I got this. But then something just didn't add up. And I could have just, what's the word? Make it work. Just fudged it. But then something went off. And this particular pattern, it's kind of a fillet type pattern, so just one off was gonna throw everything off. So then after trying to get it through row 10, row 11 actually, I was just over it at that point. So on the 11th of June, I made the commitment to myself to, one, not waste this yarn, this beautiful yarn that I purchased, and two, to give myself confidence back that I can challenge myself and I can do something out of my realm. Now, typically, I love making shawls, but very rarely have I ever completed one off of pattern. So me being a pattern tester might not be the best choice. Just saying. For shawls, that is. For amigurumis, yeah, I'm all for it. Single crochets is one of my favorite stitches, so it is what it is. Alright, so June 11th, I started over. I did rows 1 through 6. I committed 3 hours and 45 minutes to it. And then I was just like, take a break. Put it down. So then the next day, I woke up all gung-ho. I was ready to go. But then I was like, I did good. I did 1 row. I'm good to go. So day 2, I did row 7. And then I put it down. Day 3, I did 2 rows, row 8 and row 9. And basically, I spent 2 hours and 15 minutes on that. Day 4, I didn't get to it until the 15th. So the 14th, I was getting my fence put up, so I didn't touch it at all. But I did work on a hat, so I did technically crochet, but it was on and off throughout the whole day because I had to concern myself with the pups. So day 4 of this shawl, I did 3 rows. So I did rows 10, 11, and 12. And I basically spent 2 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, 2 hours and 15 minutes on 3 rows. That was on the 15th. It looks like I didn't touch it at all for 2 days because I was working on my penguins. Yeah, I was working on penguins and I started the cowl to the hat. So then day 5 was the 18th. I did 1 row and I only spent 30 minutes on it, so it is what it is. Day 6 was yesterday. That too, I only did 1 row and I spent 30 minutes on it. And today, day 7, the official day of 1 week of working on this shawl, I did 2 rows and I think I'm gonna stop for right now and get back to the cowl just so I can get it done, because I did make a commitment to doing 10 sets of hats. and scarf slash cowl type thing for Bumblebee Mountain Reach. So, you know, and it also gives me a break from thinking about stitches and counting and all this stuff. So day 7 I completed rows 15 and 16. And I spent an hour and 45 minutes. But the good thing about it is it's changing colors and it's so pretty. So here is where I'm at so far. And can you see the colors? And look at the diamonds. This is so nice. So this is my Arena Cake Cherryberry. And it's changing colors. Look at the reds. The reds are coming up. So pretty. I am using a 4mm dot hooks. And I've already got my stitch markers ready to go for each row. But here's the other thing that's kind of taking me a little bit longer to get this done is I break down the pattern and just focus on the pattern by rows. And that's it. So right now it's still in the mix of the red and white, but eventually, I don't know if you can see from that side, it'll be just mostly red and then it'll go to dark blue. So I'm nowhere near being done. I'm not even a quarter way through the first half. So I think for the most part, once I get to row 20, the first section of this will be completed. And there's 4 sections. I don't have the full pattern unless I pull it up on my phone because that pattern got lost. I don't know. Maybe I just got so frustrated and I just threw it away. But I will keep going. So row 16 is complete for the day. And I'm gonna take a mental break from crocheting this pattern, but I am committed to working on other things. So thank you for watching. As always, love yourself so you can love everyone else, and have a beautiful weekend. It's supposed to be really hot, so stay hydrated and stay cool. I'm gonna stay inside the AC. I'm blessed enough to have that. I'm gonna embrace it with all I got. So take care, and I'll see you guys around in these YouTube streets.